welcome to you all who are watching me right now. I gladly welcome you on today's edition of Do It in Your Own Creative Way, right here on Mai Mbambande platform with me, Deborah Mbale. Do It in Your Own Creative Way is a platform for female creative artists. It is a platform where we have beautiful conversations with female creative artists, all about embracing our difference, embracing our uniqueness, and embracing our creativity. Joining me today is LUKI247. LUKI247. Stay tuned for a beautiful conversation with this creative. Help spread the message. Like our page, follow our page, and share our post. I welcome you, LUKI247, on our program today.
Thank you.
In 5 expressions, how can you describe LUKI247?
Luki, I can describe myself as, first and foremost, a Christian, bold, stubborn, energetic, experimental, and African. I'll make that 6.
A brief of who Luki is.
Well, Luki is a creative, an artist, and also a technician, an engineering technician. Freshly graduated about a year ago, not so fresh, but from Zuni. So yes, I do that, and my art is basically music which is singing and rapping, and also in acting.
Luki, walk us through the creative journey. How has it been? And I want to understand from your end, what motivated you to take this course in life now? Because you said that you did engineering, right? So what happened for you to take this course in life to be a creative artist who is doing it in her own creative way?
The motivation behind music, I've always loved music as a child. I remember listening to my parents play music on the weekends, my brother listened to music, my sister playing some R&B, my cousin listening to reggae. So basically I was actually raised in a very musical influential environment. So I remember music being a go-to place for me. Whenever I was sad, I would listen to music or hum to some music, because let's face it, I didn't have any gadgets for me to play music on, but I would hum and sing. When I was happy, I would sing. So I feel like it was really almost always embodied in me. So for me to actually decide that I wanted to be an artist and start doing music all through the process of growing, was, for me, the inspiration was coming from the fact that I was able to use music as a go-to place. I often wondered how it would feel like to create such music for other people. I always thought about other kids who probably could have been going through things I was going through but didn't have a go-to place. So I was inspired to do that, to create a platform like that for other people. Yeah.
Okay, so you keep mentioning, and I also keep mentioning, that you're LUKI247. I know there are other people out there that are wondering, is that her real name? What is it all about? What does the name mean, and what happened for you to come up with such a name?
So Luki was a name I picked after a very long list of nicknames. Okay. From the likes of mixing of, let's not even mention that. They're embarrassing, I can't even. But yes, so after going through a lot of Lil somebodies and, MC somebody, I wanted something very authentic, something that was descriptive of the original me, which took me back to my birth name, which is Pamela. So I remember in secondary school, my teacher used to tell me that, ask kids what your name means, and I was always the one left up, like I don't have no meaning of my name. Like people like Chifundo had a meaning of their name, Frank had a meaning, but mine didn't have one. So until one time the teacher told me that, it's a Latin and it means sweet as honey. So I googled it and found out that it was true. So I decided to use it in Chichewa. So Chichewa was Uji. So Uji was like Uji 24/7, Uji 24/7. But then it felt like a bit too pompous.
Okay.
Like I felt like the boys would basically just be messing with me because I was always around boys. Like Uchi, like Uchi. So I didn't like that. I felt like it would be a target. So I decided to translate it into Ngonde, which is Luki. That way, only those who ask for the explanation would know the meaning of it. And, you know, yeah, it was a bit subtle. So as for the 24/7, it was a reminder for myself, actually. Growing up as a kid, I used to have a frown on my face a lot.
Okay.
You would think I'm sad. You would think I was sad. A lot of people would think I'm sad all the time, which some of the times I was. But I used to have this kamatsinya on my face all the time. So because of that, I decided to put a reminder for myself. Be positive. Because I was always gloomy, which was not very good for a kid. So, but I remember that was like in Form 5 or 6, something like that. That's when I decided to put the 24/7 to set as a reminder for myself. So it was Uchi 24/7, and then when I changed it to Luki, it was Luki 24/7. Why? That every time I mention my own name, or every time somebody mentions my name, I should remember that my purpose in life is to be like honey. Honey is sweet, it's good for food, it's a remedy for wounds, for pimples on the face. So it's basically, it's just like I'm a general fitter. So I realized that has to be a reminder to myself to always be that general purpose, problem solving person.
So you explained a very beautiful story from Kamatsinya to Luki 24/7. Now you're Luki 24/7 that a lot of creatives out there look up to. Walk us through the journey now. How was it, and how has it been for you to be where you are today?
It has been tough, like any other story in Malawi, and even tougher being in the rap genre of music as a female in Malawi. There's a whole lot of disadvantages listed right there, but like I said, I'm stubborn. I am big-headed. I don't listen to a no. If you tell me I can't do it, I'm sorry, that's even more encouragement for me to actually go for it. So it has been tough, it has been very hard, and also very educative, because I have learned a lot through the toughness. It has helped me to build me to be the person that I am today. Being a genre that has mostly male artists in it, it's male dominated. You can find yourself being, as a female, you can find yourself being just basically bitter and always trying to be rough so that, you know, the guys are not bullying you or, you know, looking down upon you as a female. But through the journey, I have learned to be a lady, tough lady, but a lady anyhow, so that it does not affect my happiness, my joy, and my wonderful experience in art, because I love music. Yes.
What are the lessons you have learned as a creative artist? Personally, what are the lessons you have learned?
To mention a few, I've learned one of the things that I always tell any other female artist trying to make it out there is what you express yourself to be is what people will treat you to be. So I know there's usually a lot of complaints about, you know, guys taking advantage of women, asking for, well, be more explicit, the sexual favors to make it in the industry for studio, you know, sessions and whatnot. But as much as that is the case, and as much as that is sad and it's not condoned, I also feel like how you present yourself, it also affects how people treat you. So for me, I come in as for business. Whenever I'm in music, whenever I'm in business that is about to be conducted, I usually conduct myself as a person, not as a female. I always say they're only artists. They're no female artists, they're no male artists, they're only artists. So if you treat yourself as an artist, respect yourself, present yourself as an artist. Things like dressing, simple thing is dressing. You can't expect me to dress in a, you know, short dress as if I'm going to dinner, going to a studio. Obviously that's going to pose as a problem. Obviously I'm going to be a target. And at the same time, I don't think that should be you know, a stumbling block for a woman, for them not to present and dress the way they usually do, you know, purposely dress up or baggy simply because they're going to a studio, or in this case maybe a show or whatever. But Simple as that. How you present yourself to be is how people take you to be. It's up to you to accept the consequences that come with whatever packaging that you have.
Okay, Luki, I love the conversation. I love the way you're explaining everything, and it's inspirational to a lot of people out there. But I know that there's some people who are like, okay, you're just explaining about her. What does she do? We love the story, but we want to see what she does. So can you please show us some creative art right now?
Wow. You warned me about this. So I would say majorly I'm a rapper. My singing is there, but I'm a rapper. So I'm basically just I'm not gonna freestyle because yes, I'm gonna recite this verse I wrote on one of my favorite tracks actually. It's called Buriga. Did it with Suffix and Esther, Chitega Lewis, and Cooper. Wow. Yeah, so it basically talks about abuse, women's abuse. So it goes like, let the curtains close up. I was ashamed I could not be stronger. Mad cause my body cause of me these trauma. Scars a reminder. Blood dripping between my legs. Feeling really stupid, I should have fought him instead. How could I speak? I was under rage. They should have helped me, they ignored me instead. So I block out the real word. A repetition of history that I've chosen and don't wear the shoes, so I call out the real word. Let's not cut it right there. It's too long. It's too long.
We shouldn't. I was doing it. And I was like, I want to try that one.
Wow.
Honestly, I love how you did it. Oh my God. Like, how do you come up with those lyrics? I love that, and I feel like I should try it sometime. But the question would be, what drives you to be such an outstanding creative artist?
The drive usually comes from my faith. You know, I've tried it before without Christ, without God. It's bad. It's depressing and sad the whole way. But I get my motivation from that, from, you know, fulfilling my purpose as a human being on earth. There has to be something I was put here to do, and being given this talent, that means I have to use it, not just, you know, to better my life, but also better other people who listen. So I take every opportunity that I find myself on a mic to somehow, in some way, inspire or impact somebody's life, whether it comes to faith or things to do with their life, or basically anything inspirational. Yeah.
Luki, as we are wrapping up our program, Do It in Your Own Creative Way, I know there are a lot of girls and women out there that are watching this program right now, and they're learning a lot from your inspirational story. And I loved what you said. You said that you are in a field that is dominated by male, right? Like by men and boys, but you still do it. I want to understand your inspiration that you can give to those creatives watching the program, especially girls and women who look down on themselves.
Get up and go do it. There's a long list of you know, reasons why you shouldn't do it, reasons why you're gonna be discouraged about it. But guess what? Nothing is perfect in this world. Everything that you see in the world, every person who has ever risen to be anybody has faced problems. So the first step you need to do is get up and go do it. When you face the problems and you fall down, get up and do it again. And again and again and again. And sometimes you're going to have to re-strategize, because you can't be doing the same moves that you were doing before that keeps you getting fall. So re-strategize. Always find an opportunity to learn. One of the mottos I use in my life is, which is also something I borrowed from Zuni, is continuous assessment, continuous improvement. So basically every time, every step you take, every achievement that you make, assess that, check, or in accounting they call it audit, check yourself for any errors, anything you can improve on, and improve. When you improve, assess again. When you assess, improve again. When you improve, assess again. That way, believe you me, your life will be a lot more easier.
Well, thank you so much, Luki, for joining our conversation today.
Thank you very much.
Well, beautiful creatives, wherever you're watching, Do It in Your Own Creative Way right here on Mai Mbambande platform. Thank you so much for joining our conversation today and for watching Do It in Your Own Creative Way. Our guest today was LUKI247. I loved what she said. She said said, as a woman, you have to believe in possibilities. You have to believe that it begins with you. Nobody will make things right for you. You are the person who is supposed to get up and make your life better. Until next time, when I, Deborah Mbale, will bring you another beautiful edition of Do It in Your Own Creative Way. It's bye-bye for now. Help spread the message. Like our page, follow our page, and share our post.